Welcome to the Feats and Fables 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons streaming game just for adventurers like you. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, at YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts by searching for Feats and Fables. If you want to watch us live and chat with us, join us on Twitch from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday nights. Our entire backlog is on our YouTube channel if you want to catch up. I'm Paige Lightman, and I'd like to welcome you to Aglarond. Aglarond is a peaceful pastoral nation of half-elves. Our heroes of Aglarond are part of the Foresters. The Foresters are an elite unit of scouts and rangers charged with defending Aglarond, particularly against undead from the evil fascist nation of Thayan. Our heroes have recovered a mythal artifact that has dragged them into the Feywild and into a conflict with the Shadowfell. Our heroes are trying to find a way to repair a tear between the two planes so they can take the mythal back to Aglarond. Previously, on Feats and Fables, our heroes were journeying through the Shadowfell to try and find the ritual circle to heal the rift between the Feywild and the Shadowfell. However, they have just come up on a pair of red wizards of Thay that seem to have a dead pair of red wizards of Thay at their feet. So let's meet our heroes. All right, we have Victor Toussaint, a human eldritch knight fighter played by Ron Frankie.
Currently a proud third-generation Thayer evocation wizard.
Yep, currently. We have Wildfire, a Fire Genasi evoker wizard played by Joe Streaky.
And we've always been evokers. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. It's fine.
We have Ross, a lizardfolk Drake Warden Ranger Barbarian, played by Coda of Kodab Games.
Hello, everyone.
We have Malagar, a Drow Twilight Cleric, played by Dr. Andrew Huang.
Luckily, this isn't my first time cosplaying as a Thayan. It was for a slightly different type of scene, shall we say.
And we have Belwyn, a Dwarven Paladin Princess, played by Ben Heisler.
I'll tell you what, if these things don't get out of the way, I'm going to evoke my foot right up their asses.
That is exactly what Belwyn would say.
It's very evocative.
Wait,
Yes.
are we fighting them? I didn't think we were going to fight them.
That sounds like a bad idea to create a ruckus, but something is happening here that seems untoward.
Now, I do have a quick question about the spell seeming.
Yes.
What a great time to ask.
Does it include smell?
Well, okay, so seeming. It makes you look like whatever the caster of seeming wants you to look like.
True.
So
Yes.
Joe has chosen for us to all look like Thayan wizards so that we could fool these Thayan wizards. But
Yes.
if I draw a sword, does the seeming draw a sword?
Yes.
Or does
normally.
the seeming
Or
only
you,
draw a sword if Joe wants me to look like I'm drawing a sword?
you'd probably look like you were drawing a wand or a rod or something. Like it's a powerful illusion.
Yep.
and,
So, because like I didn't know if it was like an illusion that completely superimposed the being, or just like heavily obscured the target.
Allow me to read you a sentence from the spell. Otherwise, the extent of the illusion is up to you.
Oh, fuck. We're really in it now if it's up to Wildfire.
like
It's an extremely powerful illusion.
It can make you
Yeah.
look shorter just because it makes an illusion of a shorter person, and then just makes the parts that stick out invisible.
Right.
Well, and that just like, if I wanted to like hide the fact that I was dancing because Bologna had a 10-month subscription.
Yay!
Oh, let me find the music.
Okay, so if I started dancing,
Nope,
the
nope,
illusion,
dancing. There we go.
Yes, that's the
illusion
music I know.
would look like it's dancing. Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, unless
yeah,
Wildfire
probably.
didn't want you to look like you were dancing.
Unless I didn't want you to look like you're dancing, but like it would be a lot
Why
of
would you ever
effort
not
for me
wanna
to like
dance?
constantly self-edit everyone. Like I think it would be reasonable at that point for Paige to ask me for some kind of check if I was trying to like make an illusion of you doing the wrong, like something you're not doing, right?
The Macarena.
Right. If you're I'm like, but I mean, like in general, like my impression of the spell in general is kind of like I make you look totally different and make you do things that make sense in context. But like if you use something weird, like I'm not gonna have time to correct for it or whatever, right?
Gotcha.
All
And
that
like
The
aside,
most
thank you,
in-depth
Bologna.
conversation while dancing I've had.
Never to waste a moment.
I think that should be our new specialty.
I feel like we should have just had that conversation in dramatic dance. But
Right, but like if the person like touches you, obviously you don't feel
the jig
different.
is up at that point.
And that they carefully inspect you, they have to make a spell save DC against you, like their investigation against you, right? So like passive perception can't see it, but an investigation could.
yeah, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And I think you have to interact with it first before you can make that save.
A creature can use this action to inspect the target, make an intelligence investigation check against your spell save DC.
But,
And then if it succeeds, it becomes aware that the target is magically disguised. It doesn't really it doesn't like see through the illusion. It's just aware that there's magic blocking you.
Cool.
Yep.
So so the long story short, if I draw a weapon, like it's everyone's.
It's gonna look like you drawing a weapon unless Joe is specifically trying to
I
make that
think
not
simple
happen.
substitutions like that, like it would probably look like you were drawing a rod or a staff.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Like that
This
kind
sounds
of
like
stuff.
a good conversation for the after show.
But I can't like draw a weapon under my robe because I don't have a robe.
I mean, in theory, you could also have a sword out in reality that no one could see.
Right. You could have already drawn your weapon and just, but like that would require some communication with
Yeah.
with Wildfire about, hey, this is Wildfire. This is a thing I want to be able to do.
Right.
Right. I would need to be aware to mask the thing that you were doing.
All of this is to say, there may or may not. These are the questions I need to know for no particular reason.
Also, I do want to bring something up that Wildfire would know because he's super smart.
Mm-hmm.
When you were freeing the gnolls,
Yep.
you found a pretty good library in Thayan.
Yep.
And it is its own language.
Yeah, I know. We haven't had any downtime for me to learn the language. I'm aware. Thank you, Paige.
Rude.
Okay.
Wow.
No, accurate.
So,
Accurate.
Wow.
There's a man.
I thought it was rude that we hadn't had downtime to learn a language. Not
One
that-
second, Paige. I'm going to switch us to the thing.
okay.
So is what Paige saying is that we have no chance of even casually deceiving them at all?
Nope. I'm just saying that you're going to have to just. That is a thing that
That will
Belwyn
make it's going to make the persuasion
Wildfire's
check
aware of.
harder. In
Tap
essence.
dance faster.
It's like we're going to have to make our princess do the work.
Ugh,
Well, I mean, she
work.
can't speak Thayan either.
Yeah, she's just going to need to, like, we'll have to play it out. Like, I don't at this point. Well, at this point, like, talking about it too much is going to make it.
Not
we're
as
now
much
we're
fun,
now
so
at too
let's
much
go.
table talk about how quickly the situation is developing.
For those of y'all that
Fair
don't
enough.
speak Joe, that is Joe's way of saying, I've done the best I can. It's up to y'all now, bitches.
That is a correct translation. Yes.
I made the
Okay.
decision snap in the last episode, and now we all get to deal with the ramifications of it.
Sure.
So
We-
you see. Go
Well,
ahead.
One moment. We have among our assets, like, has Wildfire told us that it's its own language?
If I remember correctly, Joe did in fact do a information dump to both Malagar and Belwyn, as he reviewed with both of them a large amount of information about Fae.
It's on page
All right.
15 of the spreadsheet.
In a very short period of time.
Got it. Okay.
Plus, you might have picked it up knowing that Wildfire went to a lot of trouble to ship those books by Knoll. Is that Knoll Express? Knoll PS? GPS?
It's Knoll Smart Post, because Knolls are not going to do the final delivery mile. They're going to get it to the local office, and then they're going to handle the last handoff.
Knoll Smart Post, I like it.
It's part of Knoll Mail Innovations.
Yes. Knoll Female Innovation.
Null Zone.
Yes.
Null Zone.
But
okay.
Wildfire went to a lot of trouble to have books shipped back to Aglaron via GPS.
Right.
And it was obvious he could not read them there, so it seems like it would have come up like, hey, those books are in Thayan, I'll have to deal with that later.
Yes.
All right. So my follow-up question to that is, do we have anyone in the party with comp languages who is not currently concentrating on the spell?
That doesn't help you speak it, though.
Yeah, but if we know what they're saying, then we can have a hope. Like,
Yeah, that's true. It is better than nothing.
Comp languages is self.
yes, but if one person can understand and can relay it to someone else who's speaking,
Thayan!
then we
Mother
could
flipper, do you speak it?
then we could like have half a chance of role playing rather than just being like. I mean, at this point, if we don't have a way to talk with them, we might as well just be prepared to get. Oh my God, Ross has comp languages.
I can cast speak with animals.
No.
If I consider them animals, does that count?
I mean,
No.
clever. First of all, that you consider them animals, but I don't know that that's going to.
Also, kudos, that's a spell. It's a class ability.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Who is likely to be talking to these people?
I mean, hopefully me.
I'm
but
pointing at
Okay.
Branchian.
Who's Branchian?
Rangian?
My mom's
I mean-
here.
Yes!
Belwyn.
Her! The high-level
Belwyn.
paladin!
I'm
Yes!
going the wrong way. It's these two over here.
Yes.
Malagar will gently
yes, he's
pat
on this.
Belwyn on the back, hoping to lend her perhaps a touch more, skill than she is used to. And then she'll go over and pat Ross in the back so that he can go first in case that all fails.
So I just got a guidance, and you also gave him the initiative boost.
Yo.
Excellent.
All right. Well, we I guess we sally forth since we're out of table talk time.
Oh, wait, you cast the spell?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Right. I mean, I guess that's not an unusual thing for a red wizard to do.
Yeah, and
And,
it's
visual range is like 100 feet away. The wizards do startle when they see you, but you're not like right up on them. So you could conceivably cast a spell. It's obvious you're casting a spell, but they won't be able to hear it well enough to know what spell it is, and if you're trying to be kind of on the sly about it.
it's a thing I'm good at.
So the red wizards stand up. One draws a staff. The other one seems to draw a wand from absolutely nowhere. And the two men look at you expectantly. And one of them says something in a rasping, sibilant language.
All right.
I mean, I'm fine with the next sentence being "then we attack them." I mean, like,
No. Let's give Belwyn some leeway here.
As you are you still walking closer?
Yes, I'm preparing to say something, but I'm still walking closer.
Okay. Like, how much closer are you?
I don't know, 30-ish feet.
Away
Okay,
or
what-
closer?
So, all right, in order to answer that question, I'm going to have to know at what range they saw me and started pulling out weapons.
100 feet, she said.
Okay.
100 feet.
100 feet. At that point, I will get another 15 feet closer, and will call out in my best version of what Wildfire thinks a Thayan sounds like. Is that really the last thing that you want to do with your miserable lives? As evokers, you know that we can smite you where we stand with little effort whatsoever.
So the two men look at each other with kind of a what the look, and with the minute you said evokers, they immediately relax. Like the wand disappears, and the guy with the staff just kind of like sits back down on the rock where he had been, and says something else to you in a rasping, sibilant language.
I do not speak the true tongue with those outside of the most powerful school. You may speak me in common if you deign with which to speak to my magnificence.
Okay, so that gets you a look that Malagar and Ross can interpret as kind of like you're pissing them off.
Beautiful.
But one of them says, "Well, if you're evokers, we have no particular quarrel with you. What are you doing here anyway?"
What am I doing here? Don't you understand that we, the chosen ones, must blaze the path as pure as Kasuth's ever-burning flame through these wretched places so that we may do exactly what is needed for the Elder Council?
All right, make me a I'm totally selling this to these guys check.
Okay.
Can my good friend Belwyn get advantage from the amazing illusion I'm providing?
She's got advantage for that, and kind of disadvantage from a combination of not speaking the language and kind of pissing them off. So let's just call it a flat roll.
That sounds great. I'll take that. I'll take it.
That sounds great to me, too. All right, I'm going to do this, and then I'm... Andrew, do you want to roll the d4, or do you want me to?
No. Let that be on you.
All right, so I'm going to roll this.
I mean, also, I'm not sure what everybody's inspiration status is.
None.
I don't
Because
believe
we
I
started the
currently have
session.
one.
We have no inspiration. We just started the session.
Paige, I
I'm
will
toughed
take
up.
that as a cue to start both the DM and the player inspiration challenge.
Boop, boop.
Hey.
19, very nice.
Yes, 7,
Okay.
19.
Yeah, so Malagar and Ross, you can tell they're settling in for some severe disgruntlement, but they appear to be buying this for now. They are also somewhat cowed. Well, continues the wizard, well, the School of Transmutation seems to be our current feud at the moment, and he gestures at the wizards laid out at his feet. We are, in fact, with the School of Enchantment, and don't wish to start any cross-school battles that we will have to back up back in day.
Ugh. Transmuters. I turn my head and I spit.
Okay, that gets some raised eyebrows. Like, maybe she's on our side.
Well, we could easily call upon our power to destroy you, but we have no need to do that for now. We shall merely pass and continue your transgressions against the Transmuters. I certainly didn't hear anything about that. Did any of the rest of you? I look for him from the rest of my
The one who had drawn a wand he's sitting on a rock and he kind of leans back and he says, between the transmuters and the conjurers, the School of Enchantment has been very busy lately. I'm not sure what's up with them, but they've had their spies in and out about in the Shadowfell all throughout Thay, listening at everybody's doors. I think they're trying to do something major. I realize the School of Evocation is in too much disarray to do anything about it. But I know that my master wouldn't be averse to some sort of deal, at least a non-interference pact.
Oh. Perhaps we could be interested in hearing such a thing. You see, the benefit of us not having to worry about a strong Zulkir presence is that there's not anyone really for me to worry about reporting back to in Thay. Anyone that I couldn't just, burn their brains out for fun.
Yeah, but I heard. My condolences, in fact, about your former Zulkir.
Don't even get me started.
Zastam has no mercy. Like, you cross him, that's what happens.
Yes, but if you don't cross him, there's no chance that you could lead all of Thaymount. Surely you know how the game is played.
I don't intend to play it at that level.
Well, perhaps it's best if you take us to your leader then, so that we could speak to someone with, vision or gravitas.
They look at each other and shrug. We have a small outpost here. In fact, the Zulkir Lazarel has is not really keen on others of Thay being too aware of our presence. I mean, like I said, we're mostly here just to deal with the enchanters, or with the conjurers and the transmuters. I can perhaps see if I can get you in touch with someone back home.
Perhaps we should just, as we said before, forget that we saw each other, and we will continue on.
All right, so be it. My name is Ivak.
Don't give me a name that I'm going to have to forget.
Very well. We'll stay clear of you, sir.
Very well. And I begin moving forward.
Okay. They watch you pass with a caution in their eyes. Once you get even with them and start moving away, the person who had drawn the wand gets down, takes a knee, and starts rifling the bodies of the wizards that are dead.
Oh, man.
Ross looks from Belwyn back to them, back to Belwyn, and when we get out of earshot of them, Belwyn, that was amazing. How did you know what to say to them to get them to back down like that?
Oh, it's real easy. So there's basically if you act like a more pompous, a bigger asshole than they are, then their chances of wanting to fuck with you go down astronomically. So you just have to assume that you have the bigger ass, the more magic, and I guess the longer staff is what you would call it. I mean, normally it's about penis measure, but I don't really have one of those which to measure. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got quite a bunch, but they're in my pack. And I didn't want to start pulling those out, and Lord knows what they'd be turned into after, the semen.
I think I know what you mean. Back in the tribes land, great warriors would often have the biggest swords.
Well, right. Well, there's the thing. It's all about not having to use your sword. It's about, leaning on it.
That's the most impressive part. Where I come from, you would want to use your great, massive sword to show your might over others. That was impressive.
Cool. Well, thank you.
It was well done, Belwyn. It was well done. The the lack of being able to speak the language was difficult to overcome. I think you did a great job.
Well, I mean, it was one of those things. They were either going to buy it or they were going to, immediately start shooting at us as soon as. So
I agree. This far away from having to murder all of them would not have been fun.
Wait,
I mean,
they had their own language. That's even more impressive.
What were you going to say, Victor?
they did have, magic items.
Do you want to go back and get the magic items? Is that what you're telling me?
Kind of. But
I mean, last I checked, you're the one wearing the pants, so you just tell us that you want
Commander.
to turn this around.
it was an extraordinary feat that you got us through there without a battle, and in fact, you almost made them into allies as much as you could make Thayans into allies. So I don't want to ruin that.
Not interference, it's functionally allies as far as I'm concerned, given Thay.
They were enchanters. I'm not a fan of enchanters.
Ben, for your performance, both Old So Tiger and John Steph have decided we get a floating player inspiration.
We're gonna need it. I mean, oh god.
Yeah.
Chat, I would like to apologize for the fact that I am not in chat tonight. I am at my parents' house in our West Atlanta office, which is Birmingham, and I'm doing this from my work computer, which I cannot access Twitch. So much love to you. All right, so you continue to walk, and you are walking through a field of dead grass and dead brambles that pull and pick at your clothes, and you can see row after row after row of weathered tombstones, many of which are broken, and some of that looks intentional, not just like wear.
So, wait a minute. If we're going into the area controlled by the transmuters, and yet there's the giant zombie army that's very necromantic, what do you make out of that, Wildfire?
It is a little unusual. I mean, we certainly know why the transmuters and so they were the conjurers, right? Sorry, that's right.
They were enchanters.
They were enchanters. It was
they were
the conjurers and transmuters that they had a beef with.
And just to verify, the conjurers and transmuters were the ones that we were fighting on the prime material, right? So we know why they're here. Yep. We're not entirely sure. I mean, the conjurers. It's not uncommon for conjurers to have a close connection, right? There's a lot of summoning kind of magics that are in their ballywick, as well as the necromancers. It's very possible that, Paige, do I know? Like, it seems very likely that, like, necromancers and conjurers probably have a natural shared inclination in a lot of ways.
In a lot of ways, yes. But also, this is the Shadowfell. Roving Packs of Undead is the name of the game.
What's interesting is why the conjurers are here at all, like in the Shadowfell. That's interesting. There's definitely something going on here. If we could learn what it is, that'd be great, but I think we have a much greater mission, to be honest.
Wait, it's not a mystery. There's a hole between the Shadowfell and the Feywild that they want to attack through. They already did attack through earlier. The Fey said that they had fought off humans and described the things.
Yep, which is how we need to do that. But do we know... You might be reminding Ben as well. Do we know why there are enchanters here?
No, that...
I mean, from what you can tell, enchanters showed up here to paste some conjurers and transmuters.
Okay.
I don't see why any of this matters. And Russ will pull out his sword. Aren't we going to sneak in and put an end to whatever the Thayan plans are?
I mean, probably not, unless their plans are directly around the portal that we're going to seal.
We're hoping we can just bluff our way into the portal, and then Wildfire does his thing under the guise of it being something pro-Thayan.
My hope is that they're not by the portal. The worst case scenario is that the enchanters are here because of the portal. Because then we're gonna have to bluff our way past more.
Right. So the thing that you're going to do with the portal, does that directly take us back to the Feywilds?
No. So we'll need to cut our way back. So Paige,
is that what the dagger thing?
That's what the dagger is for. So Paige, from what I know of the way this dagger works, right? If we were at the portal location on this side, we should be able to cut from there. Okay. So
You can cut from pretty much any location in the Feywild, or any location in the Shadowfell. This Athame will get you back to the Feywild.
Yeah. So once we have completed the ritual, we will be able to quickly make our way back to the Feywild.
All right. One last question. What all is involved with this ritual? Like, how long is it going to take? Yada yada.
Wildfire, at his last estimation, thought it would take anywhere, certainly more than a minute, certainly less than an hour of chanting and moving energy around.
There are, Paige. When Paige and I last talked, it was like there would be a series of checks, and that would kind of determine how long it would actually take.
All right, cool, got it.
How far? Can I tell Paige how far we are away at this point from the portal?
Pretty close, within a quarter mile.
Okay.
But if there are Thans there, in theory, we could just tell them Wildfire has the spell or something. He thinks he can rip the portal open, or something.
Yeah, rip it open wider for us to then course all across the Feywild and make new Thay.
Yeah, Paige, I'm gonna have Hewitt start making laps in the air, so that if she sees more evidence of Thay, we can pause and I can put up complang. Because complang does not take concentration.
That's pretty risky, though.
Sure.
What if there's a handsome male owl familiar flying around?
Then, it'll be what happens. We need to take the risk here, right? Us being able to understand Thayan, I think, is more important than anything else in this. If they're at the portal, we're going to need to be able to understand Thayan. We're not going to be able to bluff our way as we just did.
So Hewitt reports that there are a lot of skeletal bats in the air, and the skeletal bats are 2 and 3 times her size. She also points out that she sees a skeletal dragon pretty far off on the horizon flying around.
Okay.
Paige, I'm also going to take this opportunity while we walk. Seeing the Thayan pull out a wand, I'm going to get a wand of my own out of my backpack.
I'll spend this time explaining to Ross how illusions work.
That's still fine. I'm still getting a wand out.
He's got a spare one.
Sure.
I'm thinking if they ask for a demonstration of our power, something like this may help.
Paige, how long do I think it'll take us to travel a quarter of a mile or less?
Under 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to cast Complang right now.
Okay.
All right, one last question before I think we move forward. Do I feel like I can cast Fireball again through my weapon in the event that we need to demonstrate? I don't know if it charged after, doing the job for the angel of my god, or if that was something else.
You feel like it is not there yet.
Okay, cool.
So Paige, I changed my illusion to be a little bit more wizened and thing to make myself look a little more sickly. And I let Belwyn know if we come across some other Thayans, I will come close to you and kind of bend myself and whisper in your ear a great deal, almost like a servant. You should feel free to strike me if necessary to sell the illusion.
Wait, are you dressed like a red wizard, or are you dressed like a servant?
I am dressed like a servant, a Thayan servant.
Okay. This, Your Honor, was how Belwyn knocked all of Wildfire's teeth out.
I really want somebody to just, as that's happening, cast Dispel, so like we could see Belwyn reaching up to slap Wildfire. Sorry,
she might have to stand on a box to slap him.
I'm mounted. I just have to lean down a little bit.
Oh, fair.
That's fair.
All right, so you make your way through yet more dark and terrifying woods, and you see ahead of you, glowing out of the fog that is kind of rolled in, because it's starting to get kind of dark. You see kind of a dim orangish glow through the fog, and it's not a fire. The color is faintly off, and it doesn't flicker like a fire. Wildfire can tell that this must be the place where the ritual must be enacted. And there's several pillars of stone around it. Like this area is more rocky anyway, but there's these several pillars of stone that are relatively steep coming out of the ground. And as you get closer, maybe 150 feet away, you can see...
Joe's got something.
I would say this is it to everyone.
Okay.
As you get closer to maybe 150 feet away, you can see something hove out of the fog, almost like a ship coming out of the fog. It appears to be... Oop, did I take you with me?
I'm still looking at a dead fern.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It might be hibernating.
It's dead.
I mean...
you see kind of like what looks like a flotilla of small lights. Small, they're like torch size, but they're not flickering lights. They're kind of solid pinkish red lights.
Kind of like will-o-wisps?
No, they're roughly like grapefruit sized. And they're all kind of like in an area 15 feet across, and it's kind of like this chunk of them is floating around. And Malagar, and also
this does seem familiar.
Malagar, you and Ross can see through one of the ripples in the fog. It looks a bit like this.
Oh.
Huh.
I'm glad I can't see that.
Well, that's really disturbing. It's almost like a beholder, but with, giant glowing balls at the end of the tentacles.
There are no tentacles. There are no eye stalks. You can see its flesh is desiccated and has mostly withdrawn from its body.
Yes.
And the balls might be where its eyes would be, but instead they're just these translucent, glowing orbs of energy.
Malaga is going to be like, you're going to love this. He's going to pull out a sketch pad and just quickly render what he's seeing. Yes, and then these. Yes, that's what awaits us.
It has more teeth there.
Yes, oh no, you're right. It goes back in with a little bit more white.
Paige, are we close enough that I could begin the ritual? Do I need to get inside the circles of stone?
You need to be inside the circle.
Of course I do.
But before we get too much excited about getting inside the circle, what the fuck did he just draw?
So, Paige, do I have an idea what that is?
Well, it sure kind of looks like a beholder of some sort, but you could make me an Arcana check to narrow that down.
I agree.
Seems like a really, really terrible beholder.
So, yes. So, with Wildfire's acute intelligence, clearly he did an undergraduate thesis on Beholderkin, and this particular variant is what happens after a beholder dies, but won't stay dead.
That does not great.
It is known as a death tyrant. It is a grisly skeletal undead beholder. What do they do?
Are they? I know beholders are pretty resistant to magic. Do death tyrants share that thing?
Yes.
Gross.
Yes. You believe instead of a anti-magic field from its main eye, it has a negative energy cone. Given that the Shadowfell is the plane of negative energy, you think there might be synergies there. Any creature in the eye cone can't regain hit points. If you die there, you become a zombie.
Like you do.
Like you do. It has pretty much Beholder standard eye rays.
So I guess we have to decide whether this is something we're going to try and negotiate with, or something we're just going to attempt to.
Also, it
murder.
is. I'm so sorry, Ron. Also, it is much larger than it has any right to be.
Malaga quickly sketches in a banana for size.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I was very.
No, I'm sorry. I should have included something just for scale.
I'm while we're having this discussion, I'm gonna drink a potion.
I mean, we've been here for 10 minutes, right? Gawking at my sketch.
I
Did
don't
you like?
I think our only option is to get her. We need to be inside the stone.
Get her, Ray.
Get her.
And all this time, Paige, we haven't seen any other Thayan wizards?
Mm-mm. You have not.
The stone ring is where we need to do the ritual?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, indeed. So I'm saying we're backing up a little bit and taking a short rest?
I think that's for the best. Some of us are not in great shape.
Paige, also Tiger in chat, would like to be informed, how does one go about sexing a death tyrant? Or a beholder,
So it's
for that matter.
It's actually very easy. Beholders are all asexual, and many, if not most of them, prefer it pronouns.
The more you know.
They actually they reproduce by they do sleep occasionally, and when they have particularly vivid dreams, they can produce new beholders or goth or other beholderkin by having a dream about them.
And we've fought some of those before.
You have. And in fact, if they create new beholders, the new ones generally fuck right off because the beholders generally do not like each other.
Okay, Paige, so I don't actually need to take a short rest because I will not get anything for it.
Okay.
So I will spend the short rest time identifying all the magical items we found recently.
Oh, you're the best. I was
Okay.
just about to ask you to do that.
Let me go find the list.
Mm-hmm. Specifically, the things we looted from the tomb of the champion of Belwyn's god.
Nobanian.
Correct.
Nabanian.
We rescued, not looted.
Right.
We'll start with.
I misspoke.
So specifically,
Freedom!
Specifically, the bracelets, the gloves, the rune, and the potions. I don't think I have no real intention of messing with the dried elven heart or the jug of mercury at this moment.
Maybe you should do the jug of mercury. Maybe it's like a.
Fine. I'll also do the jug of mercury. I'm not going to mess with the black elven heart. I'm going to deal with that later.
That seems like
nonsense.
a good plan.
All right. So the thick adamantine bracelets are bracers of defense.
Okay.
Ooh, our monk is going to love that.
Your wizard might as well. The jug of mercury, when you identify it, it is a unique magic item that is liquid armor.
Ooh.
And if you, it does require attunement. It can be a breastplate, half plate, or plate. But it does not impose any penalties on stealth.
Oh no, those are really nice. I enjoy that.
They also give you resistance to fire damage.
Does it?
Nice.
How long does it last for? And does it count as armor?
It does count as armor.
Okay.
When you attune to it, it adheres to your skin. You can wear it under normal clothes. What was your other question?
How long does it last? It's just like all the time?
Yeah, it's just a thing. It's just like armor.
Gotcha.
But it can take the form of full plate?
It can. With no problems for your stealth.
That is really good.
It is really good.
Hence,
all right.
Attunement.
Hence attunement engine. So the shed snakeskin gloves are gloves of thievery. The blue sapphire is an elemental gem. I think that's air. The shriveled dry high elf heart is definitely magical. But
He's taunting you.
Look at me
It's the
be
heart-
untaunted.
it's the heart of Vecna. You just have to cut out your own heart and replace it with this one. And
Ooh, okay.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember that from 3rd edition somewhere.
Easy peasy.
and there are 3 potion vials, which are. Hang on a second.
So while our DM is loading, during our kind of 10-minute break period here, Ross is going to approach Malagar. Malagar, you wouldn't happen to have any more healing spells that you could use? I'm still a bit worse for wear after our last encounter.
Oh, are you out of hit dice?
I am, in fact, out of hit dice.
Ooh.
It's been a long time since we've taken a long rest. That's all I'm saying.
Also true.
Also true. How far are you down?
63 of 89.
Why don't you... Malaga will pass Ross the 2 potions. Why don't you drink both of those?
And call you in the morning? I'm sorry, I couldn't help it.
They're potions of greater healing. And, normally I would say we should save them. But really, it'll be a much better time savings if you just drink them now. They're 4d4 plus 4 each.
Okay, so it's 8d4 plus 8.
Joe, the potions are bottled breath, an elixir of health, and oil of slipperiness.
I also have a couple potions that we can give Ross after those dice are rolled, and we know how much further he's down.
I'm feeling much better after those. The cherry flavor was also a good touch.
Like,
I always find cherry takes a little medicinal personally.
So are you back at full, or?
Yeah,
That
put me at full.
Nice rolling.
Really? Damn. Wow.
And you're using the potions I gave you.
Hooray. Yeah.
Malagar,
I feel like I've given you like gallons of potions that are just like written down, forgotten.
Right. Now
I'm literally looking at the list of potions actively as it's been.
Paige, in classic video game style, I'm saving all of them in case I need them during a boss fight.
Boss fight time.
Yeah.
Ben, you realize you do that too, right?
I do, but as Joe literally just said, I'm also looking at the list of things that we can use for this boss fight.
Yep.
Among them, hey Victor / Ron.
Yep.
We have this potion of Stone Giant Strength.
We do have a potion of Stone Giant Strength.
Do you want to use that, or do you want me to use that, or
Why don't you drink that, since I might start with my bow, and I don't think you're going to start with your bow.
I am not going to start with my bow.
Do you just want to pop both the gems, Ross?
I mean, both of them?
Sorry, what were the 2 gems?
We have a gem of earth and a gem of air.
I don't know how effective the earth will be against something that can fly.
That's fair.
I mean...
We should certainly pop the air. I mean...
If we think it will help in this situation, let's do it.
We can hold off on the earth. I think Victor has a good point.
Ross, here, take 1 more potion of greater healing. You'll probably need it at some point.
Yeah. And I'll use my gem of my Pearl of Power to get a 2nd level spell slot back.
And do I need to attune to those gloves of thievery there?
You do not.
I'm just going to put them on.
Please do.
It feels good.
I agree.
And snakeskin
pair we found.
Really? Oh.
I'm wearing a pair right now.
Do you want me to hold on to the Earth Gem?
I mean, you have the Earth Gem.
Mm-hmm. You like spirit stuff, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I missed that you were giving me those.
Spirit-esque.
But I am going to pop the air gem, I think.
Are those elemental gem / specific gem?
Yep.
So the... Okay.
Ooh, snakeskin. It feels good.
Yes, they become pretty much invisible once you put them on.
Oh.
Hot.
I once was in a Adventures League game where a pair of gloves of thievery dropped, and they were bright lime green. And I was playing my rogue, and I'm like, I want them, but and then we looked up and found that they were awful. But then found that they become invisible once you put them on, and then I could use them.
You could have used them before.
You could have just put other gloves over those gloves.
Mm-hmm. I would have had to. I mean, not that Frandergaard particularly cares, but...
All right.
I mean, all you needed at that point was a bright green, lime green hat, and you could have just been the leprechaun because, you know, you're old and creepy and a gnome, right? Or a halfling.
What other potions do we have to sort out here?
Wildfire. Are these things particularly affected by poisons?
It's dead, so probably no. It's undead, so probably no. Generally, undead are not greatly affected by poisons.
Maybe I should try to turn it again. That's a thing I should do, clearly.
Pass.
Okay, and then, last question. How long does it take to attune a new item?
A short rest.
So
Perfect.
Do it during the short rest, yeah.
I'm gonna take off my wedding ring, stow it safely in my backpack.
Oh, you're so cold now.
And I am incredibly cold. Unfortunately, the only other 2 things I could unattune are my gauntlets of ogre power and my literal sword. So, sorry, Belwyn. And
your sword requires attunement? What do you have?
A sword that acts like a luck stone.
Oh, yep.
And then
that requires attunement.
I'm going to attune this necrotic resistance ring.
Oh, that's wise.
Clever. Have a point of inspiration. That's a clever thing to do.
For using my class powers.
I'm trying to incentivize you, buddy.
Paige, this is 3 weeks in a row. I feel like I've got it now.
You know what? Constant vigilance.
Positive reinforcement.
Totally forgot that we had that.
The problem is I don't know how to... Oh.
So if no one's going to be pouring the mercury over themselves, I might go in for that.
It looks like mercury. It is not mercury.
I know. I'm actually really familiar with it because Malagar will sort of unbutton his robe here and show off this. He'll like open up sort of full 70s here and reveal this gleaming bronze sort of V, complete with Coke spoon hanging down.
But why do you need a spoon for Coca-Cola?
We'll talk about that later. Preferably with our alchemist friend back in Dwarven lands. I thought you were familiar with that sort of thing, but you know. Malagar will disrobe and sort of slowly peel off this bronze layer off of himself, complete with nipples, of course.
Of course, with the bat nipples.
Yes. And then uncork the mercury and proceed to very sensually pour it over his own head because he knows the best way to don this kind of armor.
Sure. So the metal feels light and cool against your skin. It is super, super shiny.
Yes.
Like chrome almost. And it flows down over your skin, defining every perfect curve and plane.
I mean, Malagar is standing there, sort of hips cocked just the right way for this to be lovely.
Oh.
Well,
yes.
I apologize. I have one last question. Why did you drop your seaming long enough to show Malagar's display?
I thought it was important that we all see it.
As someone who's no longer married, apparently, I'm enjoying this show.
I was like, wait, what the fuck? And then I realized you were talking about the character.
I'm going to take this back, though. I don't think I can actually put this on as full plate.
You can. You have heavy armor as a Twilight Cleric.
Oh, which takes away the strength? I do have heavy armor.
You still have to meet the strength requirement.
Then yeah.
Andrew, stop looking for excuses to just strip again.
That's what's happening.
But Malagar's Calipigian backside is like perfectly chromed.
Look at
and
this.
Of course it has appropriate vents in it, so you have these, beautiful dark midnight black skin against the chrome. It's very fetching.
Is it valuable for you to make it a half plate or a breastplate?
I don't think it actually necessarily does better than my existing half plate.
Do you have fire resistance on your current half plate?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's just molten bronze skin.
It's just.
It is clearly the best armor for someone like Malagar. It's really the main point. And I've been looking forward to taking it all off. All right. Well, Malagar will take the dial and adjust it back to half plate, which seemed like an option. Is that right?
Yeah. There's an image I'm thinking of.
Oh, so it's the exact same as you have, only it's mercury instead of bronze.
Yes.
We just wanted a color change.
More butt accentuation, though.
It's the way the light plays off of it.
Yes.
There's got to be some way you could combine them in the future.
That'd be hilarious.
Bowen, I want you to know, though, we're only taking a short break.
So I have moved your minis onto the table because I had to, because that's how Roll20 works. But you can assume to be farther than 50 feet away from the beholder if you like. There are a few little rivulets of stream. They're very shallow. They're only a couple of feet deep. They're difficult terrain, so it will cost you twice as much movement to cross through them. These are the large pinnacles of rock, like so. They're all between 20 and 30 feet high. Well, between 15 and 30 feet high.
How many feet is the beholder off the ground? 50, 60?
No, it's kind of moving around, but let's call it flying. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a 6 on its fly marker indicating it's 6 squares up.
So 30 feet up.
30 feet up.
Got it.
Okay.
All right. Well, when we are ready to engage, I drink a potion and cast a spell. I do not know when that is, but I'm declaring it now before.
Sure.
Okay, so do we want to try to reason with this thing, or do we think that's not possible?
I don't know. Who's got good Arcana?
I mean,
I rolled a 29 earlier. 28
28,
earlier?
and you suspect that they are not really things to be reasoned with.
Okay, Ray, get him.
All right.
All right.
My name is Ross.
Right, I'm sorry. I get names confused all the time. I have name blindness. It's a thing. Ross, get him.
Name blindness. Perfect. All right. So we're going to use our cunning plan of attacking it.
The plan's
Okay.
so cunning.
You put a tail on it and call it a weasel.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Victor, it's your turn.
Excellent. So I will move in such a way that
I assume that you're like, okay, on 3, and then Belle was like, oi, no, wait 1 minute.
no, Bellwood did her stuff like 20 feet away, and then we walk.
Okay.
We're professionals, Paige.
I know it.
Professionals.
Are we? Is that what we are?
So I position myself so that I have cover from the beholder creature, but can see it. And then I will focus on it through my teeth, putting my...
All right, you can see all sorts of negative energy swirling around it.
I will look for the light bulb icon. Found it. Excellent. And then I have my bow out, the bow form of my primary weapon.
Okay.
And then I will attempt to have my bow do what it has done before and have it cast haste on me.
Hang on just a sec.
I believe my character has the understanding it can just do if it wants to.
When is the last time you have cast haste on using the sword?
When we fought the our enemy red cap, it did it spontaneously, and I have not done it since.
Yes, now that you've had some time to consider it with your sword, you believe it is a daily power.
All right. I am going to, totally use it. But I also understand it is the very, like what the sword is, or the weapon is taking care of the concentration.
It is.
For me. So I'm quite pleased with that. And I'm going to start putting arrows in our friend. +2 arrows.
Ooh.
What? No expense spared.
Which set of +2 arrows are these?
Well, I have 15 left.
From the original stash.
No, the original stash I think is gone. I think this is the second lot that you give. After this, I have some that can do fire damage and cold damage.
Where did you get these, though?
These are from the Black Dragon Horde, I think. There's just 20 there, and there's another 10 from Ogres and Dwarves.
Yeah, the Ogres and the originals are gone. The Black Dragon Hordes are gone, and these are 15 left of the Ogres and Dwarves.
Gotcha.
All right.
Or no, I'm sorry. We only got 10 from the Ogres and Dwarves, so there must be 5 left from the original horde.
Okay.
I'm only
just the original. The original set has certain other things going on as well.
All right. Well, so we'll just assume I start with those. Victor's not aware of those properties.
You do know that when you have fired them in the past, you hear elven hymns, and particles of rose gold light tends to follow their trail and waft gently to the ground.
Oh, well, then I use them as like tracer fire, and I'll fire one of those, two others, one of those, the two others.
Got it.
All right.
Got it.
I'm sorry. Did Victor just turn into like Green Arrow or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
If only.
Okay.
All right. So I'm shooting
All right.
arrows.
Your first arrow goes plonk directly in its leathery hide, and it turns around with a roar of anger.
Excellent. I have a better shot at its central eye.
That was the elven arrow for the first one.
Yes. So the second one will be a normal one. A 13, I imagine, misses.
It does.
I will dig deep and just keep shooting.
Gotcha.
As a fighter, I am capable of doing. 11 is probably another miss. How about an 18?
Yep. Also a miss.
Really? That is exciting. Yep. I will stop sharpshooting, and my hasted arrow will be a 20.
Also a miss.
Wow.
All right. Well,
Wow.
I have done an excellent job, as with my job as shooting tracer fire. Still, I'm not going to. 26 damage on the board doesn't completely suck.
Nope.
Although, it's not amazing either. I could use some fairy fire over here, please. Fairy fire. Please.
Yes.
And
Good thing I'm going last.
That was a pretty epic, bad initiative roll.
No. Yeah, yes, that's true, Bellier.
Yeah.
I think I underestimated the tankiness of our foe a bit.
Well,
That is pretty stout.
we have learned.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's half the battle. G.I. Joe!
Go forth, my friends, and conquer.
All right, so over here, like
None of you
these...
bastards got better than 12 on your initiative?
Nope.
Oh my god.
Well, we're going to hang back and see what he does.
If we ever get back to Aglarod, we're drilling.
I had an advantage, and Victor, I will let you know, I rolled a 9 and a 2.
I hope you took the 9. We've talked about this.
He did. So over here, between these two rock pillars, you see the ground kind of hump up and move, and as it does, you can see like rib cages and leg bones and all kinds of bones sticking out of it.
Ooh.
I'm sure it's nothing.
It's probably one of something that's been waiting to attack this beholder, and it's now taking its chance.
Aha!
Absolutely.
That's how that works.
So I am going to turn my eye. I should probably have a marker for it.
That's the sound that I imagine its eyes make.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. All right.
Like an Arby's worth of evil lightsabers.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ooh,
All right. See this little blue sparkly thing?
It's so
That is the
adorable.
That is the midline of its energy or negative energy cone.
Yeah,
Oh,
nothing that cute can be deadly.
And it's how wide? 45 or?
It's 150 feet long.
No. How wide is it?
It's as wide as it is long.
It's a cone, right?
At any point. Yeah. So
We're well covered.
you are you're 55 feet away, so it's 55 feet wide.
All right, so okay, that's pretty exciting.
I love the face Spin is making right now.
I'm just trying to figure out how far I have
He's
to go
like-
to get out of it.
All of it.
Far.
It's not an anti-magic cone, it's a negative energy cone. Just reminding.
I understand that.
You only have to go like 30 feet
Okay.
to get out of it because it's 25 feet wide or whatever.
I mean, now that you just said it's 55 feet wide, which is why just knowing where the center of it is not super helpful to me, but I'll just ask a lot of questions. It's cool.
I will remind
Okay.
any player who's about to roll a save of some sort that we do have a floating inspiration from chat.
Surely there won't be any saves involved in this.
Side question, and feel free to let us know that we don't know this. But what does an anti-energy cone do?
I don't know.
You can't get hit points back
right.
within it, and if you die within it, exciting
That's
things.
right.
Oh, right,
happen.
yes,
Very
whole dying.
exciting things
Yeah,
happen.
Paige told us. That's fine.
Do what? Okay.
If we don't lose hit points, then we don't have to get them back. So far,
Do I
we're
think
all
that
fine.
includes temps?
Temps.
Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
temps you never
Temps
get
are
back.
kind of a weird case.
Yes.
You can't heal temps; you just get new ones. So
Right.
Yeah. All right, so 783. All right, I'm going to shoot a ray at. Well, at Ron, I guess.
damn. You mean Victor?
I mean, I hope
will
with
move-
Victor, otherwise.
Victor, I'm so
out!
sorry. I'm so sorry. I will move here so that you have no cover there, Victor.
Boo!
I require from you a dexterity saving throw.
I had a feeling you'd require a dexterity saving. Luckily, I am moving quite fast, so I do not need
You
to
are.
draw upon the inspiration, and I'm inspired by the stalwart presence of our dwarf companion. So I believe that's a 21.
Yup.
All right. So a bright green. That was a bright green ray, I
Oh.
think.
I'm sure. It's
So
fine.
then a dark gray ray streaks towards you. I will need another dexterity saving throw.
They really don't like you.
I mean, even though Goose is there, looking all
Mhm.
terrifying.
Goose is pretty terrifying.
Nice.
Stop
Ooh.
trying to off your ray damage onto my pet.
I've seen you resummon Goose after worse than whatever spiral magic this thing's using.
All right, fine. I've had it with you. A black ray streaks across the field from one of the other lights around its head, and I will require from you a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
Oh, the way you phrased that, you made it sound like you were going to attack someone else. Oh crap! I don't get advantage on this, so I have to take the first one.
And remember your +5.
Yeah, so it's
A
30.
25, which is a 30, will be fine.
Yes, I'm quite stout.
You are quite
Fortitude.
stout.
I mean, I'm like at this point a full 6th stone.
It's true. It's true.
But what's 6?
All right.
Malaga will look at
Ah,
Victor. Malaga will look at Victor and say, "Is this someone that you know?"
Wait, have I killed any beholders in my earlier in my career?
I don't know that you guys have been up against a beholder.
We have not.
I'm,
We have not. That
I'm just
was-
saying, this seems really personalized service.
I will point out, Paige, just as a point of order, I do believe that one of us has fought a beholder before. Or
That's
some
true.
beholder kin.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
one of us
In
has.
this game?
In this
No.
game.
Yeah. In this
In
universe,
game.
In this universe, yes.
In this universe, not in this game.
yes.
I'm just saying, one of us has fought some beholderkin before.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, in Waterdeep.
Okay. Yes. That was a
Where-
different game, though. Wildfire. You feel
Universe. We
impelled
said
to
universe,
act.
didn't we?
I take out a blue gem out of my pocket and crush it. As an
All
action.
right, and an air. Right, an air elemental appears.
Yes.
It's either that or he crushes it and he unveils the Space Stone of the Infinity Stones. It's going to be
Or
a
he
real
did.
exciting fight.
He did before he crushed it. That's not how that works. That was our one chance.
Oh, right.
Well, the good news is Thanos can't get it now, so we're fine.
Dang right.
That's true.
Wildfire's just strong like that.
He is strong. I don't have a air elemental, and I'm not going to go find one, so I'm just going to give you a generic token.
Sounds great.
I'm not going to go find one.
I think that is probably more than anything else tells us how long she expects it to live.
It's got 90 whole hit points.
I mean, that's more than
Yeah, I mean
got.
they're brutes. All right, that is now an air elemental.
Okay, could you give me control of it and add it to the initiative, please?
Does it need to be bigger?
Sure. It does need to be bigger.
Begin!
This air elemental is stealing my thunder.
At least it's not stealing your lightning, too.
I mean, it's kind of the air elemental shtick, right? Thunder.
Thunder elementals.
How strong's that elemental?
CR5.
No, I mean, like, actually, how strong is it?
14.
Oh, okay.
14, and it's large?
Yep.
So,
What initiative is it going on?
Let's find out.
so I think that means it can easily
24.
carry 280 pounds around.
I think it's probably more than that, but
Yeah.
probably.
I'm just saying maybe it could be a chariot for an enterprising land-bound crusader.
I have no
Yeah,
idea what
no.
happens when a monster is added to initiative during a turn.
It'll go when its turn comes
Yeah,
up.
it goes out on 24. Basically, you summon it and command it this round, and then every round after that, it does its thing.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Anything else?
Well, now is an action to crush that gem. So I'm gonna move over
All right.
here.
You got to move. You got a
Move over here.
bonus.
I don't have really good bonuses. So
All right.
Good.
Alrighty. Ross.
Ross, you're muted.
Damn it. So, Paige, how tall would you say that this pillar of stone next to me is?
It is 20 feet tall.
20 feet tall.
Slightly shorter than Victor.
So, Paige, I'm going to quaff a potion.
Okay.
A potion of enlarge.
Oh, yeah!
Boy.
And you know what that means. It's time
I do know what that means.
for Rosszilla! Why did we not have the
All right.
Godzilla theme song queued and ready to go for this?
Because the whole thing would be
Yeah,
scrapped.
couldn't go on.
Copyright strikes is why.
There we go.
Well, everybody pull
So
up
if I
your
had-
YouTube browsers and play the Godzilla theme song.
So if I happen to have Godzilla like queued up and ready to go, now would not be the time to play it.
Nope.
No.
Correct.
Nope. Everybody can play that in their own homes, at their own leisure, and experience what's going on in my heads right now. And then, Paige,
Grr.
while you work on invigorating me,
Is that how big you are? 10 by 10?
yes, I believe it just makes me a large creature.
Just.
I'm going to
Music is going in and out, so I'm going to turn it off for a bit.
Okay.
move 30 feet. Now, here's a question. While it doesn't give me stats for a large weapon, it just gives me the plus d4 damage. It does say that it doubles the size of the creature and everything they're wearing. Does that give me any sort of reach?
Does it say you get
I don't-
10-foot
I don't
reach?
know.
Yeah, reach is such a specific thing unless it
enough.
tells you get reach.
Okay, good to know.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, I think that's as far as I can get in a single action. Oh, I will, for a bonus action, just let the pure rage of being Rosszilla wash over me.
Mm.
Go,
All right.
Rosszilla.
Very prudent.
Go, Rosszilla. As you do that, the beholder seems to notice you.
Oh, good.
Well, this will be fine.
And I require from you a Constitution save as a black ray streaks across the battlefield.
Uh-oh.
That is going to be.
Oh, Russ.
Is that your final answer?
I mean,
He doesn't have
I don't have any.
indomitable.
I don't have anything else I can do about that. So yes.
Roger that.
Oh, maybe it'll make you even bigger.
Ooh, I'm in.
Does it just keep making you bigger until you explode?
So a black beam flies across the battlefield, striking Ross in the chest, and you will take 23 points of, and I believe you're going to be happy, necrotic damage.
Paige, it doesn't look like it does as much damage as you think it would.
Oh,
I see. I see. All right. So that was legendary numero uno. Belwyn.
All right, so piggybacking off what Ron said, can I climb on the air elemental?
Ride the air elemental, man.
Can I, Paige, as they say, ride the lightning? Ow!
Yeah!
You know what? How can I turn that down?
thunder.
Go ahead.
All right,
That
so
one's
ahead.
pretty 80s as a character.
so basically, I move over here.
She probably has a Corvette with like something, I don't know, Franklin Mint on the hood.
Ooh, the elemental can fling Belwyn at the beholder and do them both damage.
I mean, that's a thing.
Best
Yes.
ball special.
So I spend my movement getting over there and then climbing atop the air elemental, and I ready to whack it when I get within range.
Okay, question for you.
What's up?
How high is the air elemental flying? Obviously, it's on the ground now, so never mind. I withdraw the question.
I mean, yes. The answer is the air elemental hopefully has melee attacks and is going to get in reach, and then
Those are all true statements.
and then I can also hit it.
Sounds good. All right. After the conclusion of your turn, I'm going to try to hit Ross with another ray. Oop, that was not the right thing to roll.
I don't want ray number 42.
It's a special ray.
That's
right.
a rough ray.
I will need a dexterity saving throw from you, sir.
Paige, would you call this an effect that I can see?
I mean,
sure.
it's shooting a ray literally at you.
Does
Excellent.
anyone
Yeah.
expect the Spanish Inquisition? Though?
I have advantage on this,
I mean,
and I'll get a 14.
Is that also your final answer?
I've given you all I can, Paige.
Okay. A grayish cast seems to take over Ross's body, and his scales, once glossy, become rather dull. And you start moving very slowly. And in fact, you are restrained, sir.
Okay.
I will need another saving throw from you at the end of your next turn.
All
And
right.
you know what's exciting about being restrained, don't you? Future deck saving throws will be at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Excellent.
I hadn't thought of that. I totally thought of that. All right, Malagar.
Huh. This is not going at all the way I thought it would. Quick question though: how far do I need to run to get out of this dumb anti-magic ray? Like past the air elemental?
It's not anti-magic. It's negative.
That's right,
energy.
anti-energy. Yes.
Okay.
Negative energy.
Negative energy.
You have to run
So-
half the distance to the right or left between you and the beholder.
Okay. And
So it's
yeah.
60. So right here, it's 45 feet wide.
yes.
So here it is 60 feet wide.
So you'd have to run 30 feet left or right.
I
Okay.
mean, the other option is can't he just get behind cover? Because he's not in the ray's effects if there's a big giant stone between him and the ray, right? The cone.
Yeah.
Correct?
Total
Okay.
cover will work, yeah.
And the overall directionality of the ray has changed since the beholder has moved over, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, first thing I'm gonna do is because I'm probably not gonna try this temps thing while I'm over here, is throw some glitter in the direction of the beholder.
Ooh. I owe you a dexterity saving throw,
That's
sir?
correct. number you're
I'm
looking
not
for
good at
is 19.
those. Seems unlikely. 13. How's that?
Well,
It will take some fairy fire.
that's right.
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Moral victory, I think we can go home now.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it a really garish combination of colors that completely ignores the color wheel.
Lime greens and fuchsias everywhere.
Yes. And I guess I'll run over there and slide underneath the air elemental.
Sure. Assuming a combat crouch.
Yes.
Is that the terminus of your turn there, Malagar?
Malagar feels that this is probably my best option right now. Yes, go ahead, Ben.
Gotcha.
The air elemental is about to move. Because it goes on 24, so it's going directly after you. So if you're trying to get out of line of sight, you probably just want to be like right where I am, or right behind me, or right to my right, so that you have total cover against it. If that's what you're planning to do, I don't know what your plan was, but
just want to get out of this stupid negative energy field, actually.
Yeah.
But it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine here.
Well, now you are.
Yes.
Before, I don't think you would be for very long.
Fair.
All right. So, if you are done, let's see what happens in exciting times. Ugh. All right. So, Ross.
Oh.
Poor Ross.
Using the same gray beam against me?
Ugh.
No, I'm not. So, Ross.
Hmm.
I require from you a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
I believe with disadvantage.
Can I still see the effect coming?
Yes.
Then I am flat.
So that would give you advantage, so flat roll.
Okay.
Please roll.
Freaking A!
You're not bringing your A game.
I would love to roll a double digit tonight. That's my goal. Just one.
Okay. So you are slowed. Your speed is halved for 1 minute.
Ooh,
You
Paige.
cannot take reactions.
What is half of 0?
A Zen Cohen? Why do you ask?
Because restrain reduces my speed to 0.
Yes.
I'm just the
That's
things. Speed halved for 1 minute. In addition, the creature can't take reactions, and it can take either an action, a bonus action on its turn, but not both.
Mm-hmm.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on yourself with a success. You need some tokens there, buddy.
I'm working on it.
Let's.
I've already got restrained. I'm looking for slowed. I've got you, Paige. I've got you.
You do. Let me see if I've got one for.
You keep going, Paige. I will token myself.
Okay. Fair enough. Just so we can remember all these things you need to save against. All right, and you notice that at the bottom of the round, you notice that the circle starts glowing orange, and where it glows orange, like Ross can kind of feel the emanation of it on his face faintly, and it stings.
You should get out
All
of
right,
there, Ross.
air elemental.
So, sorry, just so I'm clear, there's orange light coming from the circle in the middle. Or is it coming
Yes.
from... Okay.
But is Bellwood...
It's coming from the circle in the middle.
Too far away? Or...
What?
I mean, you said only Ross felt the sting.
Oh, you know what? I thought the air elemental was behind the pillar.
It was. It flies up and over.
Well, I mean, it wasn't behind
Yes.
it compared to the circle.
Okay, so if you're not occluded by one of the stone pillars, you feel it. I thought the air elemental, when this started, was behind the pillar, but as soon as it comes above the pillar, both the air elemental and Belvin can kind of feel it stinging.
Sure.
Okay.
He moves forward and makes some attacks.
With advantage.
Yay!
Yay, advantage.
Arrow hero.
How do you
really...
to keep one K1? Whatever. I'm just gonna roll 2d20.
Just sure.
I mean, like I'll figure out the syntax in a second.
Yep.
We believe you.
Okay, so the 26 will hit, and that's the first attack.
Yep.
This is the second attack. The 23 will hit.
Mm-hmm.
So 12 and then 9 damage. This bludgeoning
12 and 9,
damage.
so 21. Got it.
I'll go figure out how to do keeps and roll 20.
Then does a 23 hit?
Alrighty. A 23 does hit.
All right, that will hit it for 12 points of piercing damage. That is magical.
Noted. The beholder makes a hissing, growling noise of long unused vocal cords. All right, so coming out of the grass over here.
Oh God! Oh God!
Which one was that one? Is something that looks kind of like a rolling carpet of bones. And it moves to start harassing people.
Malagar will look at it and go, that would really be the kind of thing that I would like to turn.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of moves through a fluid gesture where it's kind of partially above the ground and partially under the ground. It looks like kind of like just a tide of bones swimming at you towards the ground. But it can only move that far.
I don't
Usually, I would like that.
Really? I would not want anything that is made of bone but moves in a way that is described as fluid.
Luckily, we have
right.
a powerful Tank Malagar there for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Another one starts moving around in the stream over here. It doesn't look like it is difficult terrain for this thing at all.
Bone wave.
Bone wave. You'll get caught up in the bone wave.
And it double moves and just kind of hangs out behind Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Victor.
All right. I will shoot my arrows at the illuminated target.
25 hits, 16 misses, 17 misses.
All right.
Do I take 23 or 27 damage?
27 damage. All the damage.
All right.
And I'm done.
All right. With that, you appear to have put out one of its eyes.
Ooh. Haha. See, if I was aiming for the central body, I would have hit with all 3 arrows for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I was aiming at the smallest and most occluded eye, just to show that I could.
I mean, they keep moving. So how can you not?
You were showing off. Yeah, you were showing off.
In all fairness,
all right.
It's the elf in me.
He used to be a death tyrant, but then he took an arrow to the eyes.
Inspiration there, Coda.
I've already got it, so I'll throw it up into the air and let Belwyn. Belwyn, you want to catch that one?
I'll happily take that since
Excellent.
my fun game has not
I
been.
mean, Belwood's functionally invincible and already has advantage to attack. Perhaps a more vulnerable person should take it.
I am happy to hand it off to someone else.
Like maybe Wildfire or Malagar or Squishies.
Look, we are.
I'm doing all right.
We are going to Harlem Globetrotter this inspiration around.
I mean, if they don't want it, you should take it, Ben. At least I know you'll use it.
Go ahead and take it, Ben, because like if we could get a
Yeah.
smite on this guy, that'd be pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But he can't
Alrighty.
get
Well,
double advantage.
Ben,
Oh, you're
why
right.
would you need inspiration? Because it's fairy.
No,
fire.
you're right.
So eventually it's going to decide to shoot at me with an I-beam, and my saves are decent, but if I get restrained, then exciting things might happen. I don't know, like...
Well, if you get restrained, the air elemental is for sure flinging you at the creature.
I mean, that's how life... If I turn into a statue, please fling me for as much damage as possible.
You make such a good bludgeon.
Like, sacrifice me
Alright.
for direct damage, just straight to the face.
It's 3d8.
I thought my power was higher than that, but sure, I'll take it.
It's based on the air elemental's power, sadly.
Ah, got it.
Yeah,
Those are
it's kind of
points of
more
the
of
magic
underhand
gathering
throw
spell.
at that point.
That's
you
as
know?
fast as you can fling you, you know.
Got it.
All right, with that, El Gigante, it's his turn. I have an air elemental up in my metro regional facial area. I have no number 6 anymore.
El Sábado Gigante.
I'm going to shoot. Well, yes, except it's El Lunes.
Okay, wait a minute. I do want to make sure. I've been shot with 2 laser beams and haven't had a turn yet. Is that right?
You did have a turn. You got big and walked over.
Yeah.
No, but I've been shot twice since then.
Yeah, those were
but those
legendary
were
shots.
legendaries.
I have
Okay.
legendary.
I just want to make
actions.
sure.
Mhm. Don't worry, you'll get more
Yeah,
beams
I have
soon.
legendary. That's what the pumpkins are up here on the north side of the map.
Okay.
Those are to remind me how many legendaries I've taken.
Mm.
All right, and those reset. I am going to fire an I-beam at the air elemental.
All right.
It can make me a Constitution saving throw.
I was hoping for Dex.
Remember your +5 or elemental, best of friends of mine.
Yay!
Oof. Oof.
Well, it's pretty tough.
+5 is still not enough.
Yeah, I rolled a 1. It was real bad.
We're
Ah.
doing good.
All right.
I think
You
our,
will
our
take-
saves tonight are going to kill us.
Yes. All right. You may
Oh.
take 30 points of necrotic damage, Mr. Air
Already
Elemental.
done.
Okay. I'm going to fire another one at Air Elemental.
Mm.
That is not what I meant.
I'm so glad it doesn't just have like a homing feature. Like once it flags you, it can just pound you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be bad.
All right. Now I will require from you a dexterity saving throw, Mr. Air Elemental. You're good at those.
Just don't drop Belwyn when you dodge.
27.
27. Good stuff. Do you take anything on a save?
Lordy, I hope not.
Kind of like to imagine that Bellin is on like a merry-go-round as she's fighting this thing now.
Mm.
6 is not a thing I have anymore. 5. Oh, hey, Air Elemental. I require from you a wisdom saving throw.
Sure.
Oh, that's fighting dirty.
It is fighting dirty.
19.
Ah, okay.
Oh, you're fine. You're
Hooray.
fine. All right, but my legendary is reset, and I'm good. All right, on 11, yet another disturbance in the earth starts coming towards you.
Hmm.
Oh, no.
So a lot
Tide
of
of
those
Bones moves with greasy alacrity through the ground.
Okay.
Ruh-roh.
Again, just not loving the descriptions on these things.
Coda, you would be disappointed in me with anything less.
No, don't get me wrong. I am loving the descriptions on these things, but also they're awful.
I mean, they're scarier
Okay.
than the Beholder is.
A little
They're
bit, yeah.
not funny. All right, Wildfire.
Okay, green.
What are you going to do for your next act?
How far up in the air? He's still 60 feet in the air?
30 feet.
30 feet.
No,
yeah.
he's 30 feet.
He's
6
30
squares.
feet in the air.
Changed the calculus a bit now, doesn't it?
That's everybody. That's everybody. That's everybody.
This is going to be Wildfire's biggest fireball yet.
All right,
Yeah,
Wildfire
it's
moves over
gonna be
here so he
so-
can see the spot he needs to aim at,
Such a powerful fireball.
and he conjures a miniature storm
Ooh.
Ooh.
beneath the beholder and
I don't
sends
know if
a
we've seen this before.
and precedes it with a spray of magical energy, which protects all of his allies from the effect.
Yay!
Cool.
It does allow them to enjoy the experience quite a bit more.
Yeah,
than it was
it's
with-
very comfortable.
All right, so I will make you a dexterity saving throw. I am definitely not great at those, but fine.
Ooh.
Ooh. So I will be taking 28 damage to my metro regional facial area.
Ooh.
All right. How many hit points is that?
And also the red and purple and blue.
Oh, all right. 17.
Yeah, when he was saying everybody, he didn't mean his companion.
Everybody.
Red, yellow, and blue.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
All the
Wow.
damage.
Apparently, Paige can't roll saves either tonight.
Yay!
Paige has never been able to roll a save. All right.
Nice.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's me.
Casual 112 damage.
Yeah, I know, right? I
Mhm.
was like, ooh, that's nice.
Alrighty. After Wildfire goes, I'm not a fan of that at all.
And then I move
So
back
how
behind
would
this
you-
stone. Out. and-
Okay, fair enough. All right, I'm going to use a legendary action, and I'm going to fire an I-beam at the air elemental.
That's fair.
Is it?
Is it though?
I mean, it's all I got, really. It's just to say that and hope it's true.
Ooh, Belwyn, try and give it
61.
cover with your body.
Okay.
Puppy dog.
Ooh.
Piece of candy.
A piece of candy. Mr. Air Elemental, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Mm.
15.
So 20 with Belwyn,
No, 15.
or is 15 including
No,
Belwyn?
15 including Belly.
15 in toto.
Yep, 15 in Toto.
All right. A beam of necrotic energy envelops the air elemental.
Mm.
That's fine.
Ooh.
Elementals.
We have 61 points of necrotic damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It is.
That is a lot of
Truth.
damage.
Number 8 Susie.
Mm.
I have accurately represented what has occurred on the map.
All right.
Right. How many feet up were you, Belwyn?
I mean,
30?
30, I guess.
Okay. You make an abrupt trip in the sweet, sweet arms of gravity.
All right.
I guess I can make an attack of opportunity because you're leaving your
I'm not
turn.
doing it voluntarily. It's forced movement, so no.
Oh, you're right. In that case, you can just have some damage.
Yay! Wait. Boo!
Thank you, essential
Why is it-
workers.
66. It's a d6 for every 10 feet of movement. For every 10 feet of falling.
Oh, right. I was thinking 5. Yeah.
I mean, don't be
You're in
wrong.
a
I'm,
pocket of supergravity.
yeah, like, that might be how it is.
She said
I'm
there
just-
were weird mechanics.
And that mechanic is gravity.
I mean, I'll take half of what you originally
yes.
proposed, sure.
I will point out that anybody who can see orange crystals can feel kind of an unpleasant sensation on any exposed skin.
Do I get to see if I get a roll for a superhero landing, or am I just prone?
I mean, 30 feet.
Yeah, but
Sure,
I'm
you
an
can always
adventurer. Come on.
you can always roll. You can always roll. There's a 20 on every die.
There is a 20 on every die.
I mean, she'll set the DC she thinks is appropriate, but you can totally roll. Wow.
Not a bad roll. Not a bad roll.
Close.
I mean,
you almost
really
made
You know what?
these.
You know what? You do make the perfect superhero landing. Like, it's
it's just 10 points of damage directly to my knees.
You didn't need those knees anyway, right?
This isn't a long career. You don't have to worry
This is
about
the price of having expanded crit range for superhero landings.
When I took that flaw, I was like, this will never come into play.
I've got 2 knees, don't I?
Yes, and now both of them hurt.
Let me assure you, you need both knees. I've been running this experiment, and both are actually required.
In real time.
In real time. All right. Wildfire, what are you doing for your next trick?
That was the end of Wildfire. You just did a legendary off.
That was
the end of
legendary
Wildfire's
action after
turn.
my turn.
So
I mean, I'll go again.
You're right.
I'm happy to go again.
Nope.
Why did we correct her?
Joe, when Paige asks you if you're a
You're a
god,
god, yes.
You say yes.
You corrected me because game state is everyone's responsibility, and if you weren't going to do it, Ron was going to do it.
True.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
at this point, I would have been okay with Wildfire. I
I mean,
didn't expect the elemental to go down on reflex saves. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
well, I didn't expect it to be 61 points of damage off one legendary, so we're all surprised.
Well, at least it wasn't you, I guess.
Yeah.
the only thing that makes me really sad, Belwyn, you couldn't have landed like 5 feet to your left.
I mean, I guess I could have, but that's.
I mean, she doesn't have like little glider wings on her
Okay,
arm.
just as a point of order, chat is
They'll win the sugar glider.
Oh, no,
just
that'd be
as
so
a-
awesome.
just as a point of order page. Chat is demanding that you reward inspiration for maintaining game state, as you always have.
I thank you, chat. It was a complete oversight on my part. Pardon me. I
Oh,
blew
and
off
Old
my
Flow
game.
Tiger would like me to
Need to
remind you
play.
that he demanded it. Demanded it.
Thank you.
Uh,
Tiger,
Paige,
for-
since you can't see chat, you'll just have to trust me on this one.
I do.
I look at it and I see also Tiger, and then I see demand in all caps. Like it's
Yes.
clearly so that's what happens.
It's all I can see.
You know I'm going to be able to see this on YouTube, right?
Not the chat.
Not the
No,
chat.
no.
Oh no, but I can see the chat on Twitch if I watch it tonight.
That is true. That is true. You'll need to. You have a limited window.
Yes.
I do think that Old Slow Tiger is sending you a screenshot.
You're not wrong. He is for sure sending you a screenshot.
Old Slow Tiger has the receipts.
And let me assure you, Old Slow Tiger's mama didn't raise no dummies.
I mean, it's fine. I'll also take a screenshot and I'll just edit it and just move the letters around a little bit.
all right, Ross, lay it on us.
Please do take a point of inspiration for maintaining game state there, Mr. Heisler.
I already have one, so I will pass it off.
It was my maintaining of gain state page. I'll have you know.
it
By
was
all
you. I'm so
means.
sorry. Go get
yeah.
him, Jeff.
In all fairness, chat did not demand that they give it to Joe.
Fair.
All right.
Oh, maintaining game state, point of inspiration, hot dog. I got a point of inspiration.
So
But you didn't maintain it.
That was not part of demand.
So Paige,
I love it.
I have 2 questions for you.
Yes.
A, mechanically, is there any sort of intimidation in combat in this game?
No.
Okay.
Next question.
Next.
No, but sell me.
Okay. So,
can
my
hear
second
Ron's
question that I
gears grinding.
do need to know before I sell you on this:
Yeah.
how viscous is this fluid pile of bones next to me?
So it's not fluid. It's just like a bunch of bones moving in synchrony. Kind of looks fluid.
Can I
Kind of like
grab
a flock of birds looks almost fluid.
Is it grabbable?
Can you? Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So, Paige, I'm going to look this death tyrant straight in the eyes and say, "Don't take your eyes off me, Turles Jim Savaz," which translated for those at home is "big dumb eye."
Yeah.
Sounds way better in Draconic, though.
That was amazing.
It does.
That was amazing.
You may have a point of inspiration for that, Mr. Kodab.
Well, I will throw that to anyone who does not have one. And then, Paige,
I'll take it.
I'm going to try and... I guess I can't really throw a grappled creature.
Okay.
Let
Are
me
you
tell you
going
what
to
I
back
would
up
like to do.
that
Paige, I would like
intimidation check with a die roll?
to throw... Oh, I mean, if that's what you would like, absolutely. Here you are. I'm going to use my inspiration. Haha! 19.
Okay.
And I think, is that an action? Because I can only get one.
Don't make a habit of it, but I will let you get away with it because I'm amused. Write that down, Ronald. I'm breaking all kinds
at
of
this
rules.
point, since it can't actually, I don't feel like he can mechanically accomplish anything with it. I don't feel like it should be an action.
Thank you. All right, so then, Paige, I would like to try and grab this ooze of bones next to me and hurl it at the death tyrant.
Okay. This Ron, I'd love your take on how to make that happen. And in fact, we're gonna find out next week on
it can't be 10 o'clock.
how to make that happen.
Are we gonna discuss this on the porch leg?
Seems like we should. Seems like,
Yeah.
That'd be fair.
Let's save us a little time next thing. I can't believe it's already 10 o'clock.
Amazing.
Yes. This episode just like flew by.
I'm in a different time zone, so I think it's 10 o'clock, but I'm...
We've been having a
Wait,
very
are
good
you in
time.
Central Time so we can play for a whole another hour?
That's true.
In all
Coda's
fairness,
still gonna turn into a pumpkin.
I got nowhere to be tomorrow. Is this our 3-hour boss fight special?
Andrew, Deface
I don't
Manager
think so.
Andrew was priceless when you suggested
Yeah,
that.
no.
I like
He
how
actually
it's
projectile
the
vomited
thinnest-
over his camera.
You could do this anytime with warning.
But I'm warning you now.
Yeah, like is a 2-minute warning sufficient?
Yeah. Negative Ghost Rider. The pattern is full.
All
There you
right.
go.
Andrew has a very busy schedule.
Fair enough.
He has the next 3
He
hours
does.
blocked off.
Andrew has never said it before, but he did it for my 10 p.m. pumpkining.
Yes.
Yes, we all blame Coda, but Andrew's like,
Listen, these are high bandwidth eyebrows, and all I need to do is just arch them in the appropriate fashion, and motherfuckers know what I mean.
This feels like a
It's true.
great topic to carry us into our closing and porch lag.
Well,
Thank you for joining us on this adventure. Please bring your friends to enjoy the show with you. We really are trying to grow our audience. Thank you, chat, for your inspiration. We love having you with us. We'd like to thank our listeners and supporters, especially Bologna, who renewed a sub, and also Coda.
We have a couple of follows after last week. We also had BuildDAO00 as our follower, and Quests and Chaos, who
Oh, nice.
we will be raiding after our porch lag tonight. So stick around.
That was going to be my next question. Who are we going to go visit?
We're going to
All
go
right.
to Quests and Chaos. They're right in the middle, or starting. No, they wrapped up the Spires of Icewind Dale? Dragons of Icewind Dale?
Dragon of Ice Spire Peak.
Yes, that.
but wait.
All right.
I've heard of wrapping things up.
Okay, wrap,
Yeah, what is-
and then we'll
But
do that.
also, Tiger says, dance for his amusement.
Ooh. Happily.
Hmm. This is also Tiger's 9-month subscription resub, by the way. So congratulations, Also
Thank you,
Tiger.
Also Tiger. Also Tiger, I gotta talk to you about a man about a horse. I gotta go see a man about a horse. We gotta talk. But I
You know
also
that-
think I need to talk to Richardson too.
It's weird because you might actually need to talk to Also Tiger about a horse. He's got a girl.
He does. He's got horses to let. All right, 9-month subscription in the middle of our outro. So thank you all of you for. Okay, let's get our.
I do have a quick announcement to add in before you do the spiel.
Yes.
Yes. As we mentioned last week, Renegade Con should be next weekend, but they have decided to push it back to August 27th and 28th. All of the great programming, everything about G.I. Joe, Transformers, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers RPG games, as well as other cool stuff is going on. It's just going to go on towards the end of August instead of next weekend. So
everything's getting pushed
Fair
back.
enough. People are still finding normal. It's going to take a little while. But
But our
regardless...
game, every Monday like clockwork.
like clockwork.
Yeah. Please join us next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time to see what happens next. And follow us to adventure!